Hello everybody, and welcome to Season 2 of my F1 2021 My Team Career Mode. Now before we get into this season, I just want to apologise for the fact that this entire season was recorded before the update patches, which include Portimao and Imola, were dropped. So as a result, neither circuit is featured in Season 2, but both of them will be featured when I do Season 3, so I'm excited to feature those tracks as part of my Team journey next season. But for now, this is Season 2, and we are doing 20 races as opposed to the 16 we did in Season 1. Austin is the race that is missing from this season, but again, that will also be included in Season 3. So I just want to quickly discuss Season 1 because I didn't really talk about my thoughts on it at the outro of the end of Season 1, but I actually am quite pleased with what we achieved in that season. 3 top 5s and a handful of points finishes. We started the season 8th on the performance index, slipped to 9th after the first couple of races when all the other teams' upgrades came in, but as soon as we were able to get more sponsors and more money coming in, which means more upgrades, we managed to get ourselves up to about 6 on the performance index, which is roughly where we are now, heading towards 5th. So straight away I'm looking for a strong start to the season, and my target for the end of this season is to be regularly on the podium and hopefully winning a couple of races by the end of the season. So our first qualifying lap didn't really do too much for us. We're currently in P17, but I'm finding improvements. I'm finding quite a bit of improvement actually, and this should be enough to get us through Q1. And we are through Q1, and I'm wondering, are we going to have another fairy tale start here like we did in Season 1? Well, anything can happen. We're currently 15th then in Q1, which is enough to get us through, and I'm pushing hard in Q2 to try and get us into the top 10 and into Q3. Well, I missed the apex a little bit there, unfortunately. But let's see, is this lap going to be enough to put us through? It is currently enough, but when it came down to it, we just fell short. So, unfortunately, it is not a top 10 start for us in Season 2, but that's just qualifying. You don't get any points for that.
Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Anthony Davidson is with me today as we get another year of Formula One underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice, and they've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Ricciardo, Lance Stroll and Sainz, Leclerc, Vettel, Verstappen and Sergio Perez, Tsunoda, Giovinazzi, Esteban Ocon and Russell, Joker, Schwartzman, Mick Schumacher and Guan Yu Zhou, Latifi, Markelov, Gasly, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty, and Nikita Mazepin. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Right then, we are on the grid, about to begin Season 2 of this career mode journey. What we achieved this season, it's lights out and away we go. Straight away I've got the jump on Russell and I've gone across to try and cover him. Schwartzman's now coming down my left. I'm going to try and stick to the inside though and brake late. Hopefully gain a few positions in doing so. I almost cut the chicane. No, the hairpin there, but had to back out so I didn't hit anyone. We've lost a couple of places in doing so, but ultimately gaining off the start because we are up into P11. Now we're chasing down Perez for P10, and because we've got the medium tyres, that gives us more freedom with our strategy, and I'm going to hopefully run a one-stop in this race and try and jump some two-stoppers, just like I'm trying to jump Perez down the inside of that corner, but Perez is staying on my left. He's got the momentum out of the corner, and Tsunoda's now having a look down my inside of this double left. I've been tagged by an Alpine, which I believe is Esteban Ocon, but I'm holding on to that P12, but I've lost the place to Tsunoda, so I'm eager to get that back. Ocon having another look up the inside, giving me another nudge. Getting a bit physical there, Esteban. Right, we are now having a look up the inside of Tsunoda to take P11 back. And how did Mazepin get up to P14 for all of that? He must have had a rocket ship in that Haas. That's an extraordinary start considering he was right at the back. But anyway, we have now got past Yuki Tsunoda and I can resume my hunt on Sergio Perez if we've got the momentum. And right now we don't appear to have all that much momentum. Instead, we've still got Tsunoda and Giovinazzi and the other Alpine bothering me. I believe Ocon pitted on lap 1, which is no surprise considering he tagged me a couple of times. I'm just trying to keep covered Tsunoda. Nice commentary, Joe. I'm trying to keep Tsunoda covered behind me, but Tsunoda's now going for a dive up the inside there. That's an ambitious one, Yuki. I wouldn't be going for that one. And I've gone straight back to cover that one with a bit of better momentum out of the corner. But he's still hanging on my slipstream. He's now having another look on the inside. I've shut the door straight in his face. No, Yuki, you are not coming through there, sunshine. Oh no, you are going to have to work a bit harder for that one. Next lap. Well, a couple of laps down the line. Tsunoda is now having another look. He's getting it right into the slipstream. He's got the inside line. I'm going to have to offer him space. He's not really utilised it though. He's still alongside me, but he's not really utilised it as best he can. I've now got the inside and I can shut the door back on him once again. And Tsunoda shut down once more. But he is not giving up. He is still hunting me. You can see here another couple of laps down the line. Tsunoda just does not know when to give up. He's trying to go around the outside there, but that's a space I'm always going to cover. Oh, this is great racing between me and Tsunoda. This is tight. Now we're coming up to the end of lap 8 and we've got Hamilton and Perez in the pits. We've moved up a few positions thanks to the one-stoppers. Now we're in P2 just behind Bottas. Well, I say just behind Bottas. Bottas is roughly 17 seconds up the road. But now Valtteri is pitted and guess what? We are leading the Bahrain Grand Prix. And everyone else behind me also has one more stop to make. So I don't want to get too ahead of myself here, but we are leading the Bahrain Grand Prix. Where can we end up after we've had our stop? What can we do here? The opportunity is big. We have a chance to score some big points here. Unfortunately for that Alfa Romeo there, and my bad editing, I didn't see who it was, but their opportunity has just shrunk. Right, Tsunoda's having another look at me now. This time for the lead. I've gone to cover the inside. But Tsunoda's not giving up. And he's got Bottas right with him. No wonder he doesn't want to give up. He wants me to get a move on so he doesn't have to deal with Bottas. And unfortunately, Bottas with those fresh soft tyres and with the Mercedes. Well, Tsunoda's a sitting duck really, isn't he? Just look at that. Bottas straight round the outside, the reigning champion, meaning business here, and now he's coming to have a look down the inside of me, but he's hit me, and with that he's taken a bit of his front wing. Nice going, Valtteri, nice going. I don't know if I moved over too late or what, but Valtteri went straight into me, and now he's got front wing damage, and that has enabled me to get a small gap onto him, and I'm thinking this is the lap to pit and take on my fresh tyres. So I've led for a handful of laps. Unfortunately, however, I have to relinquish that lead and Tsunoda goes on. He's probably hoping he can get a bit of an overcut on me. But I don't know. We'll see where it all shakes out. So we've now changed our tyres, going on to the hard tyres. That is our one and only pit stop for the day done. We've come out behind Perez, but in front of Leclerc and Guan Yu Zhou. new for Season 2, driving for Williams as George Russell's teammate. Also likely to get the second Alpha seat IRL, but I am hearing rumours that Colton Herta is also in contention for that seat. This is due to a rumoured takeover of the Alfa Romeo / Sauber team by Andretti Motorsport, but we will see. Meanwhile, Leclerc's having a look up my inside, giving me a little nudge. My driver's letting him know what he thinks of that. We've got a Red Bull off the road. That, I think, is Max Verstappen. And I think he's just had a bit of a spin there. I didn't really capture what he did, but Max has had his own off. And he has lost a lot of time in doing so. Right, now I've got Lewis Hamilton on me. And this will be for the effective race lead. And there wasn't anything I could have done about that at all. Lewis just blasting past me as if I'm standing still. I tried a bit of late braking around the outside, but that's not worked out for me at all. Hamilton then taking the effective race lead. And Verstappen is tucked up behind Stroll, so I don't know if Max is pitting again or not. I'm not quite sure what the deal is there, but we're on lap 18 with 12 laps to go, and I've nearly lost it at the end of Sector 1 there, having to take to the going across the chicane, and unfortunately for the second season in a row, Yuki Tsunoda's Bahrain Grand Prix is cut short. So that's rotten luck for him. He's going to be dreading coming back here. Oh great, here we are, Season 3, Bahrain. Do I expect another engine failure? Who knows, but anyway, let's get on with Season 2 first. And we're currently in P3. Perez is leading the race, but I think has another stop to make as he is on medium tyres. And he would have put those on around about lap 9ish. There's no way those are going to the end unless he's feeling particularly ambitious like Leclerc at Turkey before he had to cut his losses. Anyway, we are now coming under intense pressure from Aston Martin's Lance Stroll for P2. So Stroll, I don't believe, is pitting again. I think he has gone from soft to mediums and is flying out there. For whatever reason, this setup, these tyres are really working in Stroll's favour. Because now he is right behind us, coming onto the DRS straight. Are we going to be able to hold back the Mercedes-engined Aston Martin of Lance Stroll? The answer is no. I think Daddy's money may have paid for a Concorde engine on the side of that car, because he's just blasted straight past me. Trying again to brake later and go around the outside, but it's no use. Stroll has got that move completed and is running in P2. And I wonder, at his pace, could he threaten Lewis Hamilton? But right now we're having to cover off Lando Norris because he's after another podium. And we just about managed to cover him off, but Lando's coming back at me again. Are we going to be able to hold him out around the outside? This is deja vu to Ricciardo, I think, in Season 1. Where he eventually got me here, but we're now wheel to wheel with Lando, and this time, no, Lando gets me round the outside there. What an incredible bit of driving from Norris. But we've now dived straight back down the inside, and we've got that place back. I am not willing to surrender this podium easy. This could be our first podium in this My Team career mode, but now we're back on the straight. Norris has the DRS, and, well, again, just blasting past me like I'm not even moving. So I am thinking for Season 2, the upgrades I want to prioritise are the power, because we just didn't seem to have any there at all. So want to put more onto the power upgrades this season, and also maybe the durability so our components last that little bit longer. I also want to establish that the performance patch that came for this game to put cars on 2021 levels didn't come until mid-season while recording this, so you're not going to have those for a while yet either. Right, we've now got Bottas coming back on us. It's the last lap, and we have managed to hold on to a top 4 position, but Bottas is wanting round 2, and especially after what happened earlier, is he after a spot of revenge? So we're now going to go cover on Bottas. And once again, he's having to dive to the left. I don't think he touched us this time. But however, he does seem to take on damage. And I don't know if he made contact with me there or what, but I didn't feel any contact, but apparently Bottas has now got damage, and that's enabled us to drive away and saved us a great P4 finish if we can get round this last lap. Well, this is a great start to Season 2. We made a one-stop strategy really work. Unfortunately, we were not able to hold on to a podium because Lando Norris and Lance Stroll were just too quickly. And if I'm honest, holding back Lewis Hamilton, well, that's like trying to use a knitted condom. It just won't work. But I will say this. We do show signs of encouraging pace around here. And I'm happy to start the season one better than the fairy tale finish we had last season when we got P5 in our very first race. This feels slightly more on merit though. We're going to cross the line and start Season 2 by finishing P4. What a drive.
A fantastic team effort then to secure victory here in the desert. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Well, they certainly stood out as a drive with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
Well, that's a top three I would not have predicted going into Season 2, but your top three for round one are Hamilton, Stroll and Norris. So that Aston Martin is looking pretty quick this season, but we managed to grab fourth and 12 points for that. That is a great start to the season. Sainz managed to get Bottas for P5 in the end. Vettel is 7th, Perez 8th, Giovinazzi getting some points for Alpine in 9th, and Pierre Gasly rounding out the 10. And, well, quite obviously that is your top 10 in the championship, and we are currently P4 in the Constructors, and you know what? That's a great place to try and target and stay throughout this season. Well, I am going to leave you with the highlights reel. Welcome to Season 2. Let's hope we can pick up and improve upon everywhere we were in Season 1. Let's get regular podiums, hopefully get a couple of wins. That is my target. Let's do this. Like I said, I am now going to leave you with the highlights, so thank you for watching. Leave a like, punch the sub button. Join me again the next time I release content. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you all soon.